Welcome to Finan Simple, where money is made easy. And how about we teach you how you have the power to transform that $1,000 into an annual income of $100,000 or maybe even more. The first step is simply to believe that something is possible. After leaving your 9 to 5 job, one of the first things you did to begin earning money was creating websites on WordPress using the page builder plugin Elementor. With this, you earn close to $80,000 by the end of your first year of website development. That's amazing, right? Now, let's say that you had no prior experience, but you still made about $90,000 the next year, and if you were to continue designing websites now, you would be earning well over six figures annually. Now, how much does it cost you to start constructing websites? No, you won't spend $1,000 on it. Instead, you will simply pay $15. You can pay $15 for the Freelancer Plus membership on Upwork for your first month so you could send more proposals to clients and land more jobs. So, you were now making more money every month as time went on. Every position grew in pay, and the rest is history. Another example of possibly making $100,000 is YouTube. If you're just starting out your YouTube channel, you can buy a used Sony 6400 camera for around $800 on eBay, and you can also spend around $200 on a used camera lens and about $65 on a microphone. You, therefore, need to invest a little over $1,000 to launch your YouTube channel. Don't worry about your investment because it truly is possible to use YouTube to support a full-time career and make lots of money. Imagine you started creating videos on your channel about 8 months already, and throughout that time, you continuously produced material and logged many hours of effort without receiving any compensation. Let's say your channel has caught attention after a year has passed, and you predict that by the end of that year, you will have earned at least $600,000 on your YouTube channel. Now, that is simply not to brag to you about other creators' successes. This is just to show you that they only got to where they are today because they genuinely believed it was possible and you could too. Channel your motivation through perseverance and hard work. Now, this message won't apply to everyone. However, it may be very significant to those who sincerely desire to better themselves, increase their income to support their families, amass wealth, and cease worrying about issues such as how they will pay their next utility bill this month. The next step now is to choose how you'll steadily increase your income from $1,000 to over $100,000 per year. Since there are so many various methods to create money, this is the hardest aspect since it almost seems overwhelming. Therefore, the objective is to thoroughly research what would be beneficial to you. A lot of people out there would say YouTube is without a doubt the best way to increase your income to over $100,000 per year. While that may be true for some, it isn't true for many. Some of you may not want to spend all day in front of a computer making videos. Perhaps you want to pursue an outdoor endeavor such as opening a successful dog walking or car detailing business. There are people that make well over six figures a year doing those tasks. However, you could argue that it is too much labor to walk dogs and detail vehicles. You want something that will be outside and more passive. That is understandable, so how about starting a passive dumpster rental business or a passive pressure washing business where you outsource all the labor and then profit from the difference? However, apart from everything that was mentioned, the most crucial topic to grasp while earning $100,000 a year by far must be understanding the notion of value. Value is without a doubt the single factor that contributes the most to earning over $100,000 annually. You see, significance serves as a gauge of worth, the perceived importance of something determines its value. Due to its high perceived value and high monetary value, the Mona Lisa painting is estimated to be worth $850 billion. Therefore, for you to succeed, you must do something, create something, or offer a service that many people view as significant and thus valuable. For instance, back then when you initially started creating websites, you acquired a skill set that is uncommon yet in high demand. People valued it because of that, and they were prepared to pay for it. Imagine there are other tiers to this. On the first level is someone who, while being healthy and capable of working, spends their days at home binge watching Netflix and making no positive contributions to society. Since they are contributing nothing of value, this individual is being paid nothing. The next level is someone who holds a position at the entry level, which doesn't call for a high level of expertise and can essentially be performed by most people. Think about jobs like shelf stockers and cashiers. Those employments are widely available, fairly simple to obtain, and not thought to be very valuable. As a result, you won't make much money working as a cashier. The perceived significance rises as you advance to higher positions. The earnings, therefore, rise as well. For instance, your professionals at level 4, such as physicians, attorneys, and accountants. Those positions are highly valuable because they are crucial. Due to that, the amount of money you can make from those careers will be significantly higher. Therefore, it will be much simpler for you to make over $100,000 per year if you can establish a business, pursue a side hustle, or do anything that will provide a lot of value. One additional factor which you should be concentrating on is how scalable what you're doing is. Sure, there are many professions that can pay you over $100,000 annually after years and years of college and perhaps even longer periods of trying to move up the corporate ladder. The issue with that, however, is that your income will always be limited. You could only ever earn as much money as your company's HR department wants you to. No matter how hard you work, you won't ever receive a greater income except for a tiny rise each year. The second issue is that it is not scalable to work for another firm to pay. The only reason you make $600,000 or more making videos off YouTube is that you are engaged in scalable work. When something is scalable, it implies that even if you put in the same amount of effort, imagine a line, which represents the quantity of work, remains flat. Your income, which is represented by another line, is still growing in the meantime. Therefore, you don't need to put in any more effort, simply carry on with your regular activities. Despite your efforts not increasing, your income does. Assume that you initially operate your window cleaning business by yourself. But a year later, business is really picking up, so you bring on a new employee. Now, that employee essentially will let you double your output. In addition to continuing to clean windows, you now have a new employee who is doing it as well. Therefore, you can now generate roughly twice as much revenue with two people, which means you can add another employee after only a few months. Your revenue has now tripled thanks to that other employee, and as you hire more workers, your company's revenue will continue to grow and scale. Do you sort of understand it now? Starting a scalable business is almost a promise that your revenue will never be limited. For instance, the income from people who have YouTube channels will increase if they keep creating quality content that is helpful to viewers. The older videos they have in their backlog will always bring in money, but they are also constantly creating new content which boosts their earnings even further. Who's to say you can't do that as well, right? So, the very essence of turning your $1,000 to earning $100,000 annually would be how smart you are with making decisions that can make or break your financial future. Remember that you alone can dictate how your future will turn out to be. So, go on and venture out to different business ideas, see what works, and earn that money. Always stay focused on learning and developing discipline. Get educated, make a plan, and stay the course. If you found this informative, smash the like button, please share it with a friend, comment down below, and let us know what would you like to have made finance simple next. And definitely subscribe so you don't miss new content. Keep your head up, ears open, and always search for knowledge. See you soon.